Voltron fans, this is Marc Morrell, your host for Let's Voltron, the official Voltron podcast. We're here for another exciting preview of VoltCon 2023, and I have my co-host Greg Tyler. Welcome, Greg.
Hey, hello, Marc Morrell. Hello, Voltron fans across the universe. Yes, we're here to talk about VoltCon, and who do we have with us who would know more about VoltCon than anyone else in the galaxy? That would be our friends Kevin, Patrick, and Savannah.
Welcome, everyone.
Hello. Good to be back, guys.
Great to see you. How's the universe treating you?
Good. I mean,
you know, it's a little bit of a high and then a little bit of a low, and then it kind of evens out. It's kind of the deal.
Got it.
That's a good way to describe it. Yeah. It's we're down to the under the last 60 days. When we get to 60 days and countdown, like life kind of changes. At least for me, I'm sure it does for you guys too. But you get hyper focused on the planning and the details, and it we want to put on a good show, and so it's your brains just change those last 60 days, and then the 30 days. Oh man, that's another show. So
well, we are very excited.
This is the 5th year.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys have had 4 years of really awesome shows, so that's right. 5th time's the Megatron.
We made it. That's unreal. That is unreal.
So we are very much looking forward to celebrating 5 years of VoltCon in Indianapolis, and it's on October 14th and 15th of 2023, and it's at the Wyndham Indianapolis West, right?
That is correct.
Indeed.
That's right.
Same place as last year.
And if you still haven't gotten your tickets yet, you can get them on voltcon.org, right?
Correct.
We got a bigger, prettier space this year. We're very excited. So it's the same location, same hotel, but we had a bigger, prettier spot that they put us in to
big rooms, lots of space.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's always fun to see how you guys make the use of the space that you have, and it's gonna be exciting to see how the newer space works out. Good deal. Do you feel like you've got it pretty well locked down at this point, or in terms of where everything's going to go, or is that still?
Golly, we've been over there and measured everything.
Yes, we measured and did table layouts and all kinds of stuff. So we pretty much got what we need for the hotel, and we're hoping that on the day when we get there, it's all going to fit exactly like we saw, like we foreseen. But sometimes at the last minute something changes. But
last year the stage was what was it, backwards, right?
Oh yeah, the whole staging room last year was set up backwards by the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, it all worked out.
It worked out fine. It worked out fine, but
it did. I didn't know it was backward.
Well, you didn't know what it was supposed to look like.
We were just like, look at that. We just ran some extension cords. It was fine.
Good deal. Is the room for Kevin? Is the room for Kevin's really gigantic Castle of Lions house?
Of course, he actually suggested not bringing it, and I said that would be a cool.
Absolutely not. You have to bring it.
I
Kevin.
love that thing. For those of you who haven't seen it, it is.
I wish I would have made it out of wood.
Oh, I know it weighs a metric ton.
Real bad idea.
It's beautiful. For lack of a more manly term, it is a dollhouse, but a really, really beautiful dollhouse version of the Castle of Lions.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's fully furnished. It's lighted. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I did buy lights to put in this year, so yeah.
Ooh, very nice. Does it have a Voltron to scale with it?
Actually,
it does.
This jumbo right here, I wouldn't pick it up like that.
Sorry.
This jumbo right here is pretty much to scale with the castle.
Yeah, we could display them together. That would be about right.
The picture you posted this week with the castle and that, it was
nice.
Yeah.
If there was only a row beast that was that big too.
I mean, we could use one of these.
Or maybe both of them at the same time.
If they hike their leg on my castle, we're going to have a problem.
These guys don't do that.
Oh, sure. They would that one time.
That one time, yeah.
We wouldn't do you like that.
Go outside and do that.
So what do we have in store at VoltCon this year for folks who don't know about it? What is VoltCon? Let's start at the beginning.
You want to take this, Kevin, or you want me to do it? VoltCon is a family-friendly weekend-long tribute to Voltron and anime and 80s collectibles and cartoons. Bring the kids, bring your significant other. I believe it's a pet-friendly hotel as well. So. Yeah, we'll be supporting, talking about all aspects of Voltron and other properties from the time. Giant robot stuff.
It's
all that kind of stuff.
It's a giant fun birthday party for Voltron that we do every year.
And a little family reunion for everybody that's been coming.
It is,
yeah.
For the last few years. So yeah.
All the Voltron loving kids at heart that
So what
come and hang out.
I think aside from it being the 5th year, what sets this year apart is that we're kind of focusing on the lions for the first time instead of necessarily Voltron as a whole. Like we're spotlighting the individual lions this year because it's something we hadn't done. And we figured there's 5 lions and it's our 5th iteration. So that kind of made sense. And also we've had an unprecedented amount of fans wanting to do programming this year. And so we've really, like, it's literally become a fan convention in that the fans are providing a lot of the programming this year. And people have just been really excited and coming up with topics that I would have never thought of and that we haven't covered before. And we're excited about it.
Great. We look forward to learning more about that.
Yeah, me too.
Is it there's a dealer room? Is that right? What are some of the features at the con?
Oh, yes. Well, of course, we have the Space Mall. Yeah, the exhibitors hall. And Kevin has a list of exhibitors that he can tell you who's going to be there, or at least so far, because we haven't hit our deadline yet, but we're getting close.
The exhibitor hall is a little bit bigger, a little bit fancier this year. I think people are really going to enjoy it. I think people said that last year was a little cramped, and I think they're really going to enjoy the bigger, more open, higher ceiling space that it's in. There's also extra room in there where we've set up a gaming area and a viewing area for cartoons. So some of the vendors and folks that haven't gotten to enjoy the cartoon showings will get to see some of that this year, and that'll be something extra to make the room more festive and fun hangout space.
Awesome. A great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so who are our vendors?
Well, we're getting full, actually. We're getting very close, so that's very exciting. We have looks like about 7 new vendors joining us this year, so that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, tell us about the new vendors.
Yeah,
but
Kelly,
lots of people that are back as well, right?
Oh yes, of course.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
Old favorites.
I'll get to those. I'll get to those. Yeah. Kelly Morrison is coming this year. She's brand new with her shop called Chili Bang Shop. Caleb Lewis with Triple D Prints. We have some more authors this year joining us. Molly Daniels and Kinsey Michaels. We have Tony Troxel with Troxel's Trading Post joining us. That's for the first time.
Yay, Tony!
Yeah.
He did some really bizarre and fun 3D printed.
Rebecca Johnson is joining us with DB3D. So a lot of 3D printing stuff. Yeah.
We love Rebecca.
Yeah. Joey Fromling with the Great Yarn Dragon. So that'll be neat to see. Yeah. So returning favorites include, of course, the Voltron store.
Shout out.
Yeah, right. Woo-hoo. Stardrop Studios and Nick Webster Art. Heidi Black Illustration is joining us again this year, and Moonlight Mika.
Yay!
M. Catherine Clark, author. She's been here, I think, the last 4 years. 3 years. Dynamic Archie Cunningham with Dynamic Sketch Studio. Archie, what?
Yeah, Archie.
Yeah, love you, Archie. Dee's Toy Shop is coming back again this year, and someone who didn't make it last year, but is coming back this year, is Michael Russell, the VoltCoin guy.
Nice.
He's got some a cool new release that people are going to go crazy over. It's super cool. And of course, Tim Reynolds with Comic Carnival, one of our sponsors.
Yes.
And
bringing the toys and the fun stuff.
Jack's O'Lantern Dragons. That's Cat Lankin. And joining us just this past week, Bethany Strong with Pidge's Stitches is returning.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking real good.
Awesome. That's great to hear. It's always fun to go around that room and just see the variety of not just the merchandise, but just the vendors themselves, the people behind them. It's a kind of a community within the community at VoltCon itself. It's really cool.
Right.
A lot of talent, a lot of crazy talent. It's wild.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't talked about main programming yet. We have the Castle of Lions main bridge, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andy will be bringing the stage set back for the Castle of Lions.
Nice.
And yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. And we'll have a nice bigger staging area as well. So the double screens, all the fun stuff. Let's see.
Plenty of room this year.
Yep. Carlton Ecker's Corner, the Explorer video area. Lots of programming.
And the cartoon viewing room?
Yeah, that's actually in Space Mall this year. We had such a
we're combining it this year because we had so much exhibitor space.
Okay.
And we didn't have any like small rooms in the same little area as the rest of the convention, so we wanted to keep it all together.
Okay.
So we've got more space, but we've kind of put things together so people can kind of experience all of it.
There will also be running cartoons in the con suite as well.
Right.
So there'll also be a second selection of programming that'll be running in there for some, a quieter, smaller space. So if you do just want to decompress and watch cartoons, there is still a spot for that, where there'll also be treats and goodies.
And that's for the VIPs?
Yep.
There will be a VIP dessert party on Friday night, which Princess Allura will be hosting, and that will be great fun. But then the rest of the convention time, it will be open to all the guests who want to come up and have a moment to relax and a snack, and so on and so forth.
I was going to say,
and the pizza party again, as tradition, in time for the movie night on Saturday, which is
nice,
awesome.
And at what point will the shakeups be appearing?
Saturday night,
Saturday evening. Yep. And we're celebrating the 5th anniversary of our Legendary Defenders album as well. So
nice.
What?
Nice.
Yeah. Can't believe that was 5 years ago.
Wow.
So yay.
I remember when we talked about that on the podcast. That was awesome.
Yeah. It's hard to believe it was that long ago.
So yeah. So that's kind of the overview of all that. Oh, of course. And then let us not forget, we'll also have auction items.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be available. And then also VoltCon auction, so just also to support the con and the continuance of the con. So we'll have those items as well, that people have just donated to the con for the con. So that's lovely as well. And then some also cool stuff at the VoltCon registration that is just cool things that Kevin has made because he's insanely crafty. And I love it. We did this last year and it was fantastic. So we have some fun, exciting VoltCon swaggy.
I don't want to give away too much, but somebody got a button maker.
There's some fun stuff. So there'll be some fun stuff there too, as there was last year.
That's the problem. How much do we want to give away? Right. You know what I mean? Before people get there.
So it will be festive. Right. It will be fun. All the traditions are back. The VIP bags and the movie night and all what have you. We have dogs and they're
rummaging through our toy room, destroying bits.
A Smurf has died. And like it used to say I love you, and now it just says I heart Y.
I love the letter Y too.
This has just happened since we started recording.
Yes, as the service of this podcast.
Is your name Azriel?
Sorry. That's why he's in my lap now. He's confined in this way. So yeah, and then
So-
we have some really interesting panels if you would like to hear a little bit about some of the panels.
The guests maybe.
Oh yeah, we can-
Yeah.
I
Let's
gotta
start
have
with
cart,
guests.
horse, and all of that.
Well, as I said, we've had an unprecedented sort of outpouring of fans wanting to do programming this year. So we've kind of made that the backbone this year. But we do have Bob Koppler returning, president of WEP, and Jeremy Corey, who was with us the very first year in 2019. So, and they'll be tag teaming. This is one of the most exciting events of the weekend for me. They're going to be obviously giving us an update on the live action movie that Bob showed the concept trailer for last year.
Right.
And I talk to people all the time that don't know anything about this, and it was just awe-inspiring to see for those that were there. And they went to great lengths to make sure that none of it leaked anywhere, so that you could only see it if you were at VoltCon, you know?
Right.
But they will be tag teaming a panel going over not just updates on that, but also going over all of the previous work that they've done on live action movie concepts. So there, I think they said there's about 3 prior attempts to make a film, and they got into various stages of production. So they're going to be talking about those and showing art from them and storylines, and so we're going to see all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, the
that
screenplays
we've never seen
were.
before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
that's pretty amazing. I mean, you know, there a lot of properties, I mean, take many, many years to reach a feature film. I keep thinking of the 1989 Batman film and how long that took to come into being after the 66 film. And yeah,
Right.
it's not an easy process.
Oh yeah, or everybody that was involved in OneRing.net, you know, for years and
Rings,
years
yeah.
and years before that was so exciting to watch that happen when eventually the Lord of the Rings movies came out. It was so exciting.
Mhm.
So this is kind of that lead up. And
So we got Bob and Jeremy.
Yeah. We have Mark Morell
Oh, who's that?
Wow, I'd like to meet him someday.
making his long-awaited return.
Yeah, I really missed being with you guys last year, and
We missed you too.
oh, you're
I-
so excited.
I do not like to miss things. Not at all.
Aw. You're gonna get lots of hugs.
For
Thank
sure.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you missed the movie trailer last year, so that was.
I know. And
Big.
as you were saying, it was exclusive to only VoltCon, and guess what? I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it.
So I just
If it
have
makes
one
you
thing
feel
to say.
I didn't either. I do the short straw to stay at registration. So
Oh, you didn't see it?
I actually didn't see it.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I volunteered as tribute. It's fine.
We also have Greg Tyler joining us.
Oh man, that guy. Oh.
Crowd goes wild.
Speech. No, I'm just kidding. And Shannon Muir will be back with us this year.
Yeah, Shannon.
Right.
All right.
Yay. We're very excited.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep him contained. Go
So we have the Shakeups, our musical guests, as you know.
on.
Nerds. And we have our
They're
cosplay
awesome.
guests returning. Marika Levine, aka Mama Voltron.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And,
She's great.
Yes, indeed. And Eric Stalker.
AKA the Mighty Voltron.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that what he's going by now?
That's what cosplay.
Okay.
Has Eric gotten a nickname yet?
Well, we just call him, you know, the Mighty Voltron.
Ah, okay.
You know,
Makes sense.
magnificent suit.
You know, I actually thought of, last year he did his vehicle Voltron helmet
Mm-hmm.
piece. And he, I helped him when he was putting on his Voltron costume. I helped him put that on so he could walk around in the lion costume with the vehicle Voltron head. And I just saw somebody posting a knockoff just this week where they have it's Die Rugger and Go Lion and Daltonias all put together in a single robot. And I guess this is a real toy that people had somewhere.
It's like a turducken.
Huh.
Just reminded me
Yeah.
of that, seeing Eric with the vehicle Voltron head.
Yeah, it is like a turducken. It is a magnificent mess.
I love it.
It is, yeah. And at first I thought it was just a custom somebody made, but looking closer at it, it's,
Was it like an international market?
It must have been. I mean, the lion feet were definitely not the same lion feet that are on the regular version. So yeah, I think it's something that was actually released as a knockoff somewhere. And I think that's all of our guests so far. We do have several guest panelists who are just kind of, let's see. Well, I know we have
Chris Peterson and Timothy Roston are
yes,
panel this year together.
right, and Ivy Webster and Jack Slankin are going to do something on cosplay. We want to talk about events?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, so our staff guy Kevin Nettles, or KNet as we like to call him, has been shooting footage the past couple of years at VoltCon to make a documentary. Wow. And he's going to be showing his first trailer for the VoltCon documentary this year.
Wow.
So a lot of people have been involved in interviews.
Right. So if you've seen people getting interviewed last year or the year before, that's what it was.
Wow.
And,
he's taking footage all the way from the beginning. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And Kevin's good too. Kevin's an award winner. He's really talented and he does really good work. So I'm really excited to see what he's going to put together for us. So
yes, KNet, we're expecting great things.
Yeah. As long as my interviews aren't stupid, everything else should be great. So yeah, it's really cool. It's cool.
I find
Behind
myself
the
at a
scenes
loss
stuff.
for words with those sometimes, but I noticed that he was interviewing Andy, and Andy was just hitting everything. So,
Yeah.
so the important information should be there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have to say, I for one am very much looking forward to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
And then hopefully next year that will be our movie night. Movie. The documentary, the whole documentary.
Wow.
I'm playing it up here anyway.
You get a world premiere at VoltCon. That's awesome.
Yeah,
we hope so.
that's great.
Yeah.
Well, for sure we'll have the trailer this year. So
Yeah,
that's exciting.
For sure. Did you guys want to talk about some of your panels?
Sure, we can do that.
You
So,
got the list, Mark?
so yeah, we're coming at you with four new panels here. And we're going to start with the 25th anniversary of Voltron, the Third Dimension, the making, the myth, the merchandise.
Ah,
So,
was there a lot of merchandise?
yes,
There was
Yes.
quite a bit of merchandise.
yes. So,
Yeah.
thanks to Trendmasters, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
Trendmasters was one heck of a company. They were like Playmates toys. They grab a property and just sink their teeth in like a pit bull and just keep making more and more and more stuff. So
Yes.
Very cool.
So the whole description here is V3D was the first CGI series completely produced in the US, cementing it a place in animation history. What is the series about and how was it perceived at the time? Learn more about the making of the show, its impact on the Voltron mythos, and the merchandise of the time in this panel from us, Marc, Greg, and our special guest Shannon Muir, reuniting to discuss the subject of their first podcast, which was together in 2015.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fun. Very cool.
Looking forward to that.
Andy is the most excited about that. That's his favorite.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
who's
he loves it.
Wow.
who's favorite?
Andy.
Oh, cool.
One of our staff guys.
So our next big one is Let's Voltron, the official Voltron podcast, the 10th anniversary.
Wow.
That's great.
So after 10 years and 240 episodes, Marc and Greg would like to celebrate by having the 10-year anniversary podcast at VoltCon 2023 with attendees as guests of the podcast. So everybody that's at VoltCon will be part of this podcast episode.
Nice.
You can tell I didn't read the program because I didn't know about that. I'm super excited.
We are going to be recording it, and
That's very cool.
it will be our 10th anniversary podcast, which will come out in December.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Nice, guys. That's
I
cool.
can't wait for
Thank
that.
you. That's awesome.
So unfortunately, the people that are there are going to have to wait 2 months to see it, come to life.
All right, be nice
It'll
Christmas.
still be exciting.
Yeah.
So then we were talking about lions earlier, how we want to celebrate the lions, right? So we are
Yeah.
having our own lions, no tigers, no bears. Oh my.
That's awesome.
So the 5 lions of Voltron appear in every iteration, yet each incarnation of the mighty robot has its own unique abilities and character. So myself and Greg and Shannon again, as we'll be taking a look at the lions and their key role in the Voltron mythos.
Very nice.
Great.
And then last but not least, we are going to have Voltoons. So as the first animated series to be produced in stereo sound, music was a hallmark of the first Voltron series and has remained important to it ever since. From dramatic undertones to comedic beats, music carries a lot of weight in the show's success. Learn more about the backgrounds of the various composers and how their styles brought unique sounds to Voltron while retaining a cohesive vision.
I'm excited about that too. I have more appreciation for it now since we went through and watched the original Japanese material that it was the shows were mined from, and the scores are so bombastic and exciting and really lively in the version that we're all familiar with, and very different than the much more
Sedate,
for lack of a better word. There tends to be quieter music and less
music,
less music overall in the original, and I think it's a really very important feature.
It really ups the excitement.
Absolutely.
A lot. Yeah. I'd say that would be one of the defining features that makes the original Voltron what it is.
Oh yeah,
Certainly.
Definitely. I mean, if you talk about animation, you talk about music, you talk about the voices of the characters, and you talk about the sound effects, and you bring that all together with the editing so that it became somewhat of a different story than the original.
Right.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
those are the panels that we're taking part in. I am also going to be in a panel with Eric Stalker. I don't have the description in front of me, but I'm sure that it's in the list of events that you guys have. Whenever you get to
I have here, is it Can We Poke It from Tune to Tangible?
Yes, that's right.
Is that what it's supposed to be called?
That is it.
Okay, let's see. Greg Tyler and Eric Stalker unite for a panel detailing the process of creating real-world items from 2D animation. This overview will cover 3D modeling, the trials and tribulations of creating something on screen practically for the real world.
That's it.
Anything you'd like to add?
I can't. I just have to say this right now. I can't tell you how many times Greg has had to turn it around so he can look at Voltron's butt so he can make sure that it's authentic. Okay.
It's only for that purpose, I guarantee. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so I once again my 3D printed Panoc Place vehicle team Voltron will return. It got a little damaged last year, so I'll have to get it fixed up. Some of the glue came loose on one of the feet, so I'll get it fixed up and it'll be back and ready for action. I'll probably show just some imagery on the screen of my current project, which is
good.
I'm working on a set of custom combinable Voltron Force Lions.
Right.
So they'll be able to form Voltron and change centers. So now there's a long way to go on it. It's not far enough to really show to give a really solid idea what the end product will be. But I'll share. I'll fly around in a 3D modeler to show what there is so far and give an overview of the steps that remain. And of course, Eric is well known for creating crazy costumes and props and awesomeness. And we'll each bring our different perspectives to the table. So what were you saying, Kevin?
You can have that done by 2024 though, right? That's
if only this thing called real life didn't get in the way all the time,
Yeah.
Your Panache Place vehicle Voltron took many years, did it not?
It did, but mostly off. It was an on and off project, mostly off
Uh-huh.
because it takes a side backseat to everything else. So the same is true with the Voltron Force project, but hopefully I'll get it done in less than half the time because I'd like to do that before I retire.
But
All of that nonsense getting in the way of our playtime. We all get to focus on the fun.
Indeed.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So what are some of the other panels and presentations and things going on?
Well, this actually kind of goes well with what you were just talking about. What we were discussing was Chris Peterson and Timothy Roston will be doing the history of Voltron by Panache Place, where they'll
Awesome.
be taking a look at all the various vehicles and figures that were released, and a lot of the ones that were planned but didn't actually get released. So
Right.
they're
Yeah,
going to be
so
going
fun-
into great detail on that.
So fun inside baseball. I was planning to make a video about that for the podcast YouTube channel. And then I found out that Chris and Tim were researching this very, very heavily. And so my
Mhm.
thought, I basically said, that's cool. You guys could do it, so I don't have to.
It's
So,
going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. That is my favorite toy line for Voltron by far.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff. We also have the Fashion of Voltron, a new panel that Marique is going to be doing, covering. I'm sure she's going to talk about a lot of Princess Allura's dresses and some of the ridiculously odd, choices in attire. But it should be a lot of fun, I think.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
We didn't mention, of course, I mean, it's not a panel per se, but cosplay contest is back as always. And
Is Kevin going to MC this year?
yeah, he got to MC one time on accident, and it was such a delight that we've all decided that he should do it forever.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm pretty good at it, so I kind of feel like I have to do it because my
Um,
fans expect me to.
Yeah, you did great.
You don't want to disappoint your public.
Yeah. I have
That's
fun
right.
with it, actually. I really do. It's fun.
Yeah.
It is.
I was terrified the first time, but now it's like, yeah, whatever, let's do it. It's great.
We also have Voltron Bingo, right? Is happening.
Oh,
Yes,
fun.
I'm so excited about that. The trivia, you can only ask so many trivia questions until you've kind of like covered everything. And so we kind of thought, let's mix it up this year. And I had wanted to do bingo.
We did Go for Waffle Snit one
Right.
year, and we've done
Also, the trivia questions get so detailed and obscure that no one knows the answer.
Yeah, it's one of the
Yeah.
keep asking the same questions, or
So
the bingo is going to be very.
it was just like, it was time to mix it up and do something different. So we're gonna have some bingo and lots of cool prizes, and I think everybody's gonna really enjoy that. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah.
What
That will be
represents
silly and fun.
what represents the free square in the middle?
It says VoltCon 2023, so it's just
Free.
That
Yeah.
works.
free.
We're going to have another sort of complete franchise review of Voltron toys by Pete White, one of our longtime attendees. So he's going to be covering not so much Panache Place, since that's being done by someone else, in detail, but he's going to be covering basically everything else.
A
Okay.
very, very knowledgeable toy collector he is, and that should
Oh, yeah.
be really interesting.
I like how you guys take that into account, that some people are doing this, some people are doing that, and they don't want to overlap, or they don't want to.
Yeah.
There was a thought of having them all together, but that would have been 2 solid hours of minute detail about toy lines. So splitting them up, maybe.
Right. Well, we're very conscious about, we want to make sure that it's the best experience people can have. Like, if they're interested in a particular iteration of the show, we don't want to have Voltron Legendary Defender playing in one place while the panel's going on. We try to make sure that if they're there for that particular iteration, they can see all those things that have to do with that. Just
Right.
Or we had Robotech one year, and we wanted to make sure the Robotech movie wasn't being shown while Kevin McKeever was on, or that
Right.
kind of thing. Just it's a small enough event that we can sort of plan that and make sure that people have a nice experience.
And fun stuff for old school fans, collector people, and new school fans with the big into the original art
Yeah.
and the fan fiction and other fun stuff like that. So there's kind of like a little bit of something for everybody.
Yeah.
Great. That's awesome.
Those
Well,
are
it
kind of
sounds
some
like
of the
fun.
highlights. There'll be some other stuff, and I will probably post the schedule.
Yeah, we'll have the schedule up probably 1 to 2 weeks ahead, I would say. We
So-
normally post it about 2 weeks ahead.
so that there'll be time to plan your days.
So right around the beginning of October then.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
So one thing I want to point out about VoltCon for those who have never been there is that VoltCon is a very intimate convention, and you will meet people there, and you will look forward to seeing those same people year after year. And every time people get together, it feels as much like a family reunion as it does a celebration of Voltron. And I would argue that that is at least as important, the camaraderie and friendships there, as the actual theme of the convention, the Voltron and giant robot and toy and cartoon thing. So it's very unique across conventions. It's something I've never experienced at any other convention I've attended over the years. And
Wow.
it's very special. And I think if you have any interest, not just in Voltron and all that, but meeting new pals with common interests, this is the place for you. So check it out.
Aw.
Thank you, Greg. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a very warm, accepting, friendly environment where everybody can let their inner child out to play, and we would be delighted for you to come
Yeah.
frolic with us.
Oh, we haven't talked about so for the quote unquote movie of Saturday night, we're going to be showing the Lion's Pride episodes of Legendary Defender.
Oh.
We thought it tied in well with the whole lion sort of theme of the convention this year.
And it's by popular demand too.
Right.
in that
We
asked people last
we took
year.
a survey and people wanted more Legendary Defender, you know. So
And that
Cool.
it is really there's a nice energy to watching that because of the humor and the beats in the writing. So it's really fun to watch as a group. So that's our movie night, our popcorn and movie night pizza party fun times that we always have on Saturday.
Nice.
band and bingo and movie. Huzzah.
I know. But it's why not be dorky?
Why not?
I like it.
You want me to go through some of the highlights for the screening area this year?
Sure. Yes.
Of course, we're going to be showing something from most of the Voltron iterations. We also will be showing some Beast King Go Lion, assuming we can find stuff that isn't too violent to have in the main area. We have the Science Ninja Team Gatchaman movie from 1978.
Nice.
So it's one of those rarely seen, Battle of the Planets. A lot of people know,
Right.
but this is the original version, but dubbed, so in movie form. So I wasn't even aware that this movie existed until last year. So, but I watched it and I thought, wow, this is actually pretty good. Aura Battler Dunbine, we're going to be showing some of. It has that very sort of sci-fi fantasy vibe that Lion Voltron fans love. I think that there's Dunbine right there.
Oh.
There he is.
Wow.
I don't know if anybody else sees it, but I think Lotor's VLD Robeast looks a heck of a lot like Dunbine.
Yeah, I can see it.
He just needs a tail. Okay, what else? We're going to be showing some Gundam Seed.
Wow.
Got Gundam here behind us.
Wrong Gundam.
Wrong Gundam, but you get the idea. Let's see, what else do we have? Here's one you guys may or may not remember: the Mysterious Cities of Gold.
I remember it. Haven't seen it, but I'm familiar with it.
I don't know.
Came out around the same time as the original Voltron, actually.
Oh, wow.
It's basically it's a historical anime, but there's aliens and there's mech in it that you don't expect. So it's kind of fun. It's very unique. What else do we have? Oh, Robotech Love Live Alive, the last animated feature they produced. It was actually 10 years ago, so it's the 10th anniversary for that. Although technically, most of the animation is from the Genesis Climber Mospeada OAV from the 80s, so it's really more like the 40th anniversary. But
That was
Yeah.
funny for movie night.
it was, yeah, it was. But we wanted to keep it Voltron theme for
Yeah.
that, so yeah.
Yeah.
We've got also the Macross Plus movie edition.
Mhm.
That's fun.
Yeah, yeah. We're excited about that. Kotetsu Jig. Oh, here's one you guys may or may not be aware of. Are you either of you Star Blazers fans?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Space Battleship Yamato, of course we know. Have you seen
Right.
any of the 2199 reboot?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Isn't it beautiful?
In fact, when I was at San Diego for San Diego Comic-Con, they had a couple of the anime rooms were showing episodes from 2199.
Right. Well, we're going to be doing that also.
Cool.
It's one of those rare reboots that really sort of captures the essence of the original and
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
expands it in interesting ways, you know?
Cool.
We really love it. So we're going to show some of that.
I also have a model that I'm going to be putting together. It is called
Nice.
Space Battleship Yamato 2202.
Fun.
Nice. From the
So-
sequel series, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a kit that was completely Japanese. So I actually have to use a translator to follow the instructions.
Oh, yeah, that's complicated. Yeah.
Whoa.
Remember how complicated a kit it is.
Yeah.
I did a few of those when I was in high school,
Right.
before you could do that really
Yeah.
easily. And
Yeah.
it was a lot of more trial and error.
Wow.
We figured it out.
Yep.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, we have the Captain Harlock Arcadia kit that we've still never put
We
together.
do. We have not put that together. I don't know where it is.
I think
there.
it must have been out of the rotation because we were out of space for our Voltron toys in here.
Yeah. I think it's been banished to the pile of misfit toys in the basement.
VoltCon 2023 sounds like another great event. We've had 4 really great years already, and the 5th sounds like it is going to be better than ever. So we're so glad to have that you guys have pulled this off yet again, and we look forward to seeing everybody there.
Not expensive. It's a delight. You'll be happy you went. Information to be found on our website
Voltcon.org.
about tickets, and there's still rooms in the room block if you want to stay, if you're not from right around.
Actually, Kevin, are there
Indianapolis
still
area.
rooms in the room block?
There were as
Okay.
of Friday.
Okay, I know we're real
I-
close.
I still have to
I've
book
added
my
rooms
room.
2 times, so that's good.
Okay. Oh, you've added rooms.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Kevin pinged me weeks ago and said, "Hey, you haven't gotten a room yet," and I still haven't. So I better get that going.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Greg, we'll let you sleep on the floor in our room if you need to.
Okay.
Yeah, the con suite, you know.
Yeah, there's a Murphy bed in there. It won't be terribly comfortable, but it's an option.
Okay.
I'll just step over you to get breakfast ready.
Or should we have him mandate that he makes breakfast in exchange for staying?
You know what? I think I'm going to do my darndest to get my own room. How's that sound?
Work.
Mark, is Kim coming this year?
Oh, yes, she is.
Good,
Excellent.
good.
Darn tootin'.
Can't wait.
Joey.
Greg, you bringing anybody?
No.
Flying solo?
Yeah, that's right. Driving solo, but yes.
We can't wait to see you guys. It's going to
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
good.
I'm
it's gonna be a lot of
excited.
fun.
We work
Yeah.
very hard to try to make it so good and so fun for everybody. So that's our goal. So yeah, I think you'll have a good time.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So for people that are here watching the podcast, go to voltcon.org to get all the information and get tickets. And what else is it? The VIP as well. How much is the VIP?
125.
125. And how much are the regular tickets?
General admission is 45.
45.
And Sunday only are $20. And kids, is it 12 and under, Patrick?
Yes.
12 and under are free.
Yay!
Yeah, so bring the kids.
Bringing Voltron to a new generation.
That's right.
Right.
Gonna start them young.
Because you know there will be other Voltron versions. There has to be.
These guys are under 12, so right.
Actually, Beowulf was there last year, and he was a big hit. So he probably will also be guesting this year.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
We're gonna get a Cosmo cosplay together for him, I think.
That,
Oh
that,
Is Bimo gonna be my space mouse?
Is Bimo gonna be a space mouse?
I think he should be a space mouse.
That's very cool.
That's fun.
can you guys imagine having a VoltCon mascot that goes around everywhere every year at VoltCon?
That's what Eric's for.
Yeah, Eric is kind of our unofficial mascot.
Yeah.
Voltron is our mascot.
So VoltCon has its own theme song. Thanks,
Oh,
thanks
yeah.
to the
That's right.
shakeups.
Oh yeah, I'll meet you at VoltCon.
Right.
And if you look it up on YouTube, you can
Awesome.
see a fun music video that'll give you a view of VoltCon, a lot of the people and friends and good times over the years.
Right.
There
If
you
you
go.
want to peek at that.
Okay, so thanks for joining us
All right.
once again for the VoltCon preview.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yes,
We can't wait to see you.
and we'll see you all at VoltCon.
All right,
bad.
ready to ball VoltCon.
Woo!